For our next project, we are going to be talking about value. So think about this. What is value in art? Value refers to how light or dark an object or an area is. A drawing is said to be a value drawing when it is in black and white and when it has no color. As you can see in the picture below, there is value because there are lights or highlights, there are dark areas or shadows, and there are the midtones, which are like our gray areas. We are going to be completing a value scale. Our value scale is going to look like this. On the front page, you're going to have a value scale where you're going to be showing me how to blend with a charcoal pencil. And then on the back, you're going to be practicing how to create shapes with value. Let's take a look at how Miss Parlow completes her value scale and value with shapes. So for this project, you're going to be needing a charcoal pencil. It could be a 2B, a 6B, or a 4B. You're also going to need a kneaded eraser, and you'll need a tortillon or a blending stick. What I would start to do is I would start to actually start with the darkest value and really make sure that you really cover that entire square with your charcoal pencil in complete dark black. As you see, I did the second to last one, and now I'm gonna go to the third. So what I am gonna do is I'm just gonna start to layer my charcoal pencil on top of each other in different layers. Okay, so I'm going in one direction, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a pretty darker, heavier layer over here because this is a darker area that I wanna fill. After I do a few layers, I can always take my tortillon or my blending stick and I can just start to blend that to make it a little bit more smooth. It's okay if I go over to the next one. I may need to even take a kneaded eraser and just kind of erase some of the value in order to make it a little bit lighter. And as you can see in this picture or in this still, you can see that it's actually getting a lot lighter. You can blend things in order to make it darker as well. So just keep that in mind while you're blending. Remember, this isn't going to be a really full, smooth blending. You're going to go section by section. So once again, I'm just doing another layer just because I really want it to get pretty dark. I'm going to do that throughout the rest of the top section. Now at the bottom for this section, you want it to be completely blended nice and smoothly from the darkest of dark to the lightest of light, which is white. So once again, you're going to use your charcoal pencil and your blending stick, and you want to make sure that you always start with light layers. I always tell my students to start light because you can always add more value. It's easier to do that rather than actually taking away darker values. Um, so I'm just doing this quickly just so that you could see it starts really dark and then it gradually starts to get lighter. Remember, use that kneaded eraser if you need to in order to kind of blend things a little bit better, but also lighten things up. After you finish the front, you are then going to go on to the back. The back is a little bit different. Okay, so you're going to have one, two, three, four different types of three-dimensional shapes on your work of art on the bottom. The first one, as you can see, I have done already by myself. Yours is going to be blank. Okay, these are all attached on Google Classroom, and my final product is on Google Classroom. So what you're going to do is you're going to attempt to just recreate what you see above. Okay, so if I'm on the cylinder, I would obviously just start to create that value in the center. If I'm on the cone, which I am right now, you can see that the value is also being created in the center. Please recognize where the light is coming from. The light is coming from the right side of my paper. So that means that the left side of my shapes are going to be pretty dark because that's where the shadow is hitting. So I'm just going to start to kind of add value by just adding those layers just like I did in the front. I want to make sure that I'm going in one direction and blending in one direction. Remember, use your blending stick, use the tools that you have in order to kind of create this value so that it replicates exactly what you see on the top portion of this worksheet. If you need another reference, my teacher example is on Google Classroom.